What is a once only? Well, a once only is exactly what it says it is. You have a one-shot deal. You have tonight only, this hour only, to experience Pretty Woman at the lowest price we've ever made available. See, 75182 is our once only for this hour only. It's Pretty Woman by Barbara Orbison. It is your 1.7 ounce Barbara Orbison, president and founder, the estate manager of legendary music artist Ray Orbison. She's an entrepreneur, a publicist, and a businesswoman, along with being a developer of perfumes. And this, I know, has been a dream since you were a little girl, to design and develop your own perfumes, right?
It has been, and thank you for having me.
It's wonderful to have you here today.
Pretty Woman.
Well, you know what? We all know that Pretty Woman fairy tale, that movie, and you know we all want to be the pretty woman in everyone's life, don't we?
Yes, we do. And you know, a fragrance helps you get to be that pretty woman.
It sets the mood, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's sexy.
It's sexy. It sets the mood. I think it determines how you walk out the door when you leave your house day in and day out. This is an opportunity today to experience one of the, I'm going to say it, the flirtiest fragrances that you will ever own in your life, and never before. I mean, Barbara almost passed out in the green room when we talked. Never before have we offered a price this low. Never again will we. Talk to us. Why fragrance? You do so much in your life. Why did you decide to bring about a first fragrance?
Well, this had been my dream ever since I was a young girl in Germany. And I like mixing, you know, my own fragrance.
Right.
And then, you know, I met Roy. I got married at 17. I had a couple of kids, but I still always wanted to have my own fragrance.
Right.
And this was my own fragrance.
Well, this, I know that you've had your hands on it. You are involved in the development from start to finish in the Pretty Woman fragrance, right?
Yes, it's, I mean, I did everything for it. It's not somebody put it in front of me and said, you know, your husband wrote a great song, Pretty Woman, and we have a fragrance. This is really mine, my baby.
Oh, and what a wonderful way for you this holiday season, for every woman in your life that you want to show your appreciation to, because what would we do without other women in our life? What a great way to say, I love you, I appreciate you, I adore you, happy holidays, and the price will not be lower. The price will never be lower than this. I know you kind of flipped out when you saw the price today.
I did. And you know, it's incredible because it is sort of like the last thing that you put on when you leave, and it's sort of like the first thing that everybody remembers you by is a fragrance.
Talk to us about the notes, because I know your notes have surrounded your entire life, from musical notes to beautiful floral notes. Talk about the notes in this perfume. What can we expect when we get this home?
Well, this is really, really great for me to talk about it, because, you know, the viewers, they don't know what it smells like.
Exactly.
We know it smells incredible, but the balance of Pretty Woman is woodsy, so it's earthy. That's amber, vanilla. And then the floral, which this is why we have the red roses.
Right.
We have red roses, we have stargazer lilies over there, we have a little cinnamon there, we have lemon, vanilla, amber. There's an incense, sacred incense, and the top note is bergamot. So it's like crispy, and it's like an incredible marriage of the woodsy and the floral. And I never could decide which one I liked. So this is perfect.
I like them all together.
Yes,
you know what it does? The woodsy kind of gives you that wonderful grounded feeling, which we talked about this before we came in there. It kind of gives you that confidence, kind of boosts you. And then the floral's kind of like the flirty side of it, right? So it really shows all sides of a woman.
Yeah, I just talked to a friend, and she's 21 years old, and she phoned me a minute ago, and she said, I wear Pretty Woman all the time because I feel so powerful.
You do. You do feel powerful. This is a fragrance that, you know, for those of you who identify with the Pretty Woman, we all know the movie. And don't we, every time when we're doing your channel clicking and you come across that movie, don't you stop and watch it every time? That movie never gets old. We all want to be that pretty woman. For those of you who want to make the women around you feel fantastic about the way they look and feel and smell, I don't think there's a better gift than to give another woman something that makes her feel great about herself.
Yeah, or buy it for yourself.
Well, of course you have to get one for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just encouraging everyone at this price to get as many as they can. And how many do we have remaining, guys? I think we're down to the final 250 available, and that is all she wrote. And these will be gone. Remember, we can only offer this price today during this hour. And 4 value pays means this. Order this today. We ship it out to you tomorrow. You are the most beautiful woman in the world and pretty woman within a week. 4 months to pay this off interest-free. There's nowhere else you can buy perfume like that.
And you get a little gift.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's like a little purse sample.
A little travel.
Yeah, so you know when you get on an aeroplane, you can take it, you put it in your purse, you give it as a gift.
You'll never be without your pretty woman.
No, you never want to be without.
Barbara Orbison has been involved in this fragrance from the times that she was literally a child, mixing. And you said you used to mix your dad's fragrances with your mom's fragrances. It's kind of a fun thing to do at that age.
Yeah, and you learn to really layer fragrance. I think it's so important to really think about how do you wear fragrance. I like to put Pretty Woman right here.
Right on cheeks.
On the cheek. Because, you know, when you go out and somebody comes close, I like to put it on my hands, put it on a little cotton ball in your pocket. I mean, there are a million ways to learn to wear a fragrance, you know? And it's so much fun. I think a fragrance is like what every woman needs. You know, we all like lipsticks, we all like whatever we like. But you know, you don't want to be without your favorite Pretty Woman.
Well, and a fragrance is personal. Once you pump that spray and tap your earlobes with this, or tap your wrists with this, there's an attitude that happens. There's a feeling that happens. This is why I was telling Barbara about my daughter and how my daughter has all of her fragrances lined up. She's merely 12 years old, and depending on her mood or depending on the people she's going to be surrounded by, she picks her mood for the day, which is wonderful. And if you want to pick being Pretty Woman for the day, this is absolutely the fragrance for you. It's very alluring, but it's also kind of spicy too, you know?
And she sprays, Candy told me, she sprays her clothes.
She does.
Which is so great. And I mean, and how old is she?
She's 12 years old.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, she's been into fragrance since she was a wee little one, but she actually sprays her undergarments, which is kind of fun, so she can kind of keep it close to her.
I wonder if you taught her that.
Maybe. So naughty. Well, I want to thank Barbara for joining us. She's going to be here throughout the course of the day today, but keep in mind, this is your one shot to get the lowest price we've ever made available, and the lowest price we will going forward ever make available. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Candy.
We appreciate it. All right, stand line.